Hello everybody and welcome out to a very special episode of the Save 3 Gamescast. I am your host, EOF Gizmo, joins me by Massive Das.
Hello everyone.
And Mr. Craig Warren.
Hi Dave.
Boys, another week has gone. I apologise for the delay. I have had an ache of head. Probably because of all the awful weather. That's my theory. Because...
But you sunny until
weather.
like 2 days ago.
Oh well, that's the storm was
He's had
coming,
heat.
Pengi. The
He's
storm
had
was
a
coming.
heat stroke.
Literally, it was watching my girlfriend's team lose 7-0 on Sunday. I just
Yeah.
passed out in absolute horror.
Is your favourite Brad Pitt film? Seven.
I don't think she even knows who Brad Pitt is, if I'm honest with you, Pengi.
Really?
Yeah, she's one of those.
Yeah.
But
I could make the same joke for Morgan Freeman, but I thought she's more likely to know who Brad Pitt was.
no, she probably wouldn't know, honestly, either. But failing that, Pengi, what she does know is the Chris Pengelly news desk. Time for some news.
There's 13 items of news.
Baker's dozen.
It
I'm
is
lucky to
actually a
isn't it?
baker's dozen.
Okay.
Number 1, Bungie's marathon will be coming the 23rd of September. We found out from their gameplay reveal huddle thing. You watched it, I believe, as well, Craigie. Or definitely watched some of it.
So the actual presentation was really strange because it was at 6 o'clock our time on a Saturday, which is weird to start with, right?
Mm.
And then I was watching the football, so I put it like a bit of it. It already started. I was like, oh, it's half time. I'll see what they're showing, and it was just like 7 men sat around chatting. I stayed watching it for a couple more minutes, and I was like, they were still just chatting away, and I was like, oh, maybe I've missed maybe this is like the after bit. I'll go back to the start. So I went back to the start, and you had the 7 guys sat around chatting. God, they were chatting away.
Yeah.
I think I watched about 5 minutes, and they were still introducing themselves, and it was like, I get that it was like set up to be like a cool moment for the devs, and like, I think a lot of the devs that were working it were in the crowd. But yeah, it really did. It did, without wanting to sound like too much of a dick here, it did really start to feel like a bit of a circle jerk. I was just like, oh, okay. When are we going to start talking about this game then, guys? You know, like, oh, I know it's great that the environment team's there in the crowd and they're clapping because their guys there and all that, but I don't really care. I just want to see the game.
Mm.
So yeah, I did give up on that because I was bored.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did watch the footage broken down, Pengi. That's what I watched basically.
Yeah, sure.
'Cause, yeah, the actual presentation seemed pretty bad, and like I said, I only watched the little bits of it, but even like following along with some people on Twitter, they all seem to be saying the same thing. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Well, these people just sat around talking. I feel like
Yeah.
like without what you compare it to, but like the developer underscore direct, like that sort of thing would have been perfect. I feel because they could have had these guys there. It wouldn't have been filmed live. I know they could have edited it. They could have had the guys there. They could have shown the team, the location, and all that. And then they could have been like talking about the stuff and showing us what they were talking about. Like edit it so they were showing us the gameplay, what they're talking about. Like at least keep some interest in what they were showing. Or weren't showing, let's say. Yeah.
Yes. What about you, Davey?
I mean, yeah, so I didn't watch the live show. I watched the cinematic trailer which is from the Secret Level Spider-Verse Sex, Love and Robots team, which explains a lot. And then I watched the gameplay reveal and was like, okay. Then I watched Destin did quite a big 10-15 minute video which had, I think it was Dr. Lupo, all his like stuff, and so I've seen quite a lot of the game now, Pengi, and yeah. I've seen a lot of people say this. This isn't just me saying this, and Craig will probably agree. I didn't realise that in a year they made a Concord sequel so quickly. Got a lot of similar problems to our good friend Concord. and a lot of similar positives. Obviously, I think the gameplay looks somewhat fun. I think the shooting looks fun, and then the idea of the game doesn't look terrible. But I just don't think people are going to like the way it looks. Like, I don't think the characters are going to like hit. Like, it's a kind of a weird art style. Like, I think if you like cyberpunk stuff, you'll love it. But I don't think that's a big like pool of people, is it really, compared to like something like, say, Apex Legends, which has got more sort of a normal range of characters, or like Fortnite.
I think the art style looks so much like Destiny, but someone's given someone a pack of highlighters.
I think it looks really cheap as well. That's. I don't think it looks very good at all.
Just look like Destiny.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. Like, I get the low poly, like high contrast idea, but I don't think it looks particularly like 4K, if that makes sense, Craig. I don't think it looks like that impressive. I think it looks okay.
It looks good in the cinematic bits they show, but then when they start showing the gameplay, I agree with you. Yeah, it does then suddenly just look. Yeah.
It just looks standard, right? And again, it's like, I don't want to say it, like, it feels awful saying it, but like, I just think it's dead already. Like, the discourse is huge. People have like disliked all the trailers, and like on X, it appears to be pretty damned, and like, cool, there's an alpha coming out soon, but again, it's paid. It's almost a year to the day, isn't it, since Concord came out, or something like that? I don't know.
Roughly.
Yeah, I was kind of like, oh, but you're the least cynical about Sony games, Pengi. So what did you think?
Yeah, I was a bit bored with all the yapping, like you guys said. When they did show the gameplay, because I didn't really know like what an extraction shooter was, and watching it, I was like, this looks quite similar to like a battle, royale. You go back to Apex, like a group of 3, you're picking your characters, you got to pick up loot. It's just you haven't got like the ring, and you don't really need to kill the other teams. You can just extract with your loot. Sort of thing. I'm like, why am I doing this loop as well? They didn't like explain or anything like that. Like, okay, I've extracted. I've now got this better shotgun that does 10 damage or whatever. But why have I got this better shotgun? Like, why am I using it in the next run and stuff like that sort of thing? Like, they said there's going to be like a story and stuff, and you got the cinematics, but that's the thing. Like, at least with Concord, I got the point of that game. I'm like, it's an arena shooter. I know what an arena shooter is. It's like Halo multiplayer or whatever. I know what I'm getting out of that sort of game. Or like, what am I getting out of that? But I guess that's even the same. Like, I don't play a battle royale. I would win once, and I'm like, oh, I've won. Now what's the point? Obviously, there is an audience that plays those sort of games. So don't think it's really for me. And then if it's 40 quid, which we're going to guess is going to be the price for this, like Helldivers and Concord was, sort of thing, I'm like, I think it's going to be a pass, even from me.
Yeah, I think, like you were saying about the extraction shooter part of it, like, I've seen a little bit of people playing StarCraft. I've always thought, like, why are people, like, what is this? Like, why are people doing this? And it always, like, extraction shooters, like, to me, it feels like a very PC thing.
Yeah.
Very massively Steam thing, right? And I think what they've done here is they've looked at that and gone, like, let's make this commercial, let's put it on everything, let's try and get the console gamers into extraction shooters and that sort of thing. Let's make this a bit more mainstream, I guess. But then the problem, I think, is that might have had a bit of a chance if it was free to play and people could then jump in and give it a go. I think that most people are probably in the same position with like me and you, but I imagine Dave, where we don't really know what an extraction shooter is or what the point of it is.
No.
From the console space. So you might have, at least if it was free to play, out of curiosity, seeing it was Bungie, seeing the art style, of giving it a go. But I just think, like, trying to do this and then make people pay for it is insanity. Absolute insanity. Because I just think so many people are going to look at this like from this mainstream market, who are on their consoles and that, and they're used to everything that is these shooters being free to play, and they're either playing Apex or COD or Marvel Rivals or Overwatch or Fortnite. and they're like, oh, we're going to stop playing these games that we love and give this a go, but I've got to suddenly pay 40 quid for it. I just think it's such a big ask. Such a big ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Yes.
we'll see. I think, like I said, I'm pretty much in full agreement with Craig. I just don't. I think for a big studio, it's one of those you think, or a big publisher. Sorry, it's like, could you have got away with making this like freemium? I wouldn't be surprised if it's PS Plus. I mean, I feel like that's if you were to do a pizza bet, I feel like that's a pretty safe one. But yeah, Marathon. I suppose we'll wait and see when the alpha comes out, Pengi.
Yeah, and then the alpha is only for North America and stuff like that,
Oh,
so
brilliant.
we won't even be trying that.
If you
Yeah, sort of thing. Yeah, and like other game I can kind of think of, it's not the same, but like a Borderlands, like where you got all the loot with, or even like Diablo with like the weapons and gun, and it's like, oh, you get the better loot, you get the better gear, but at least like both of them have like the story like going on or whatever. You know, even like Borderlands story could be like really bad or whatever. There's still like to me a point to
There's
doing
a lot of
game.
content in those games as well, and that's the kind of the
Yeah.
difference. You know, it's like to compare it to Borderlands. I mean, Borderlands is what, like a 40-hour game if you want to try and do everything.
Yeah.
It's like you're going to play the 4 or 5 maps and the 6 characters at launch for 40 hours. I mean, I won't. But
No.
yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. Next news item: the Mafia: The Old Country release date has been linked, for the 8th of August. But this has been linked because they put like the sign up on East, I want to say, which had the date of 8th of August, on it. So, Dave, I think you got this one in Fantasy Critic. I might be
suppose
wrong.
One of us does, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I think it's exciting. I think it looks cool. I hope it comes to my shiny new Switch 2 at some point as well, because, you know, play everything on it. But yeah, it's one of those. I think Mafia, the definitive edition of Mafia, is one of my favourite games of last gen. I think we're all in agreement on that as well. So it'd be cool to see what the studio's done with a bit more time and a bit of a budget. But yeah, that's cool, exciting stuff.
Craigie, what's your thoughts on the Mafia: Old Country?
And it'd be good.
Possibly the 8th of
Knowing
August.
it's got a date, 'cause this was a game that I have looked at like this year and thought I feel like that's a game that could slip to next year. We've not seen a massive amount of it, right? It's had some big like shows at, was it the Keeleys, I think it was, but we've not seen a lot to make me go, oh, that's definitely coming. So it's good to see it. Hopefully, it is definitely coming this year. Because yeah, like I said, definitive edition, like Dave said, definitive edition of Mafia 1 is fantastic. So, and it seems like quite a cool setting as well, right? And back in Italy, and they're on their horseback, their guns.
Yeah, definitely.
So it could be quite a nice take on that game.
If from what I remember, you could even play it in Sicilian if you wanted to, Craig.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. I'll start learning now.
There could be a trophy for it, like Still Wakes Deep. Remember, I had that. You had to play it in Gaelic trophy. So there you go. Yeah. Next one, talking about more releases. Inazuma 11 finally kicks off on 21st of August, another August game, on everything, including the Switch 2. Where in Japan we have the prices, it's 300 yen more on Switch 2 than any other console, Davey. And I thought, oh, this is going to be because it's got a physical, it's going to be on the 64 gig cart or even the 8 gig. It's going to, you know, you got to pay Mr. Nintendo more money, so you're going to charge the customer for. But at least, no, it's digital only. So there's 300 yen more for no real reason, in my opinion, on the Switch 2 than your PS5, Dave. But are you going to buy it if it's, I don't know, it'd be $74.99, I guess that would convert to on the Switch 2 over here, where it'd be $69.99 on PS5, I'm guessing, or could be $59.99 and $64.99, but yeah, about 5 or more, most probably, than the other versions on the Switch 2.
Yeah, probably not. It's one of those, I played the Alpha Online Network demo a while ago. It's had quite a weird release. Like, it's been in a bit of a development hell, I think. if my memory serves with this. But it's a fun game. It's a series I've always wanted to get into. But yeah, like you said, it's not at full price for a fully digital release. I think it is also coming to PC, right, as well. So that's probably more likely because it won't. Be
Yeah,
that
also
expensive on
Xbox
Steam.
version now as well. There seems to be no mobile versions anymore though, so
That's
yes,
good,
that's something.
Yeah, that's positive.
Yeah.
But yeah, not for me. I'm not sure Craig knows what Azuna 11 is, but we can ask him anyway.
Yes,
So
Craig, are
I,
you up for
I
some
think I
anime
actually
football?
do know what this is. I think I saw one of my friends on Xbox from school playing the demo or network test or whatever it was that Dave was referring to, and I was like, "What on earth is this?" And it's a strange because they're like multiplayer. Wasn't that multiplayer?
Yeah, it has
It was
multiplayer as well.
Yeah,
It's like a multiplayer
yeah, and it
football
looked
RPG is the best way to describe it.
yes, yeah. The gameplay looked very odd. It could be cool. I'm watching the promotional video now. It isn't Japanese. It's just,
Pretty sure the demo
it's
had
just
English dub, but don't quote me on that.
yeah, but like you boys say, at that price, that is steep, right?
Yeah.
Very steep.
Very steep.
Yes, I just don't get why the Switch 2 version is more expensive. But that's
It's also difficult because obviously because the eShop hasn't launched yet, we don't really know what shenanigans are going to ensue.
Yeah.
And we don't know if that's going to be the same here as it is elsewhere, because obviously, as we've discussed and we'll discover as the months go, the digital being cheaper is apparently only a thing for here in Europe. It's not in America. It's $80 no matter what, whereas games are 66. Yeah, it's again. I think until it's out, I think it's just going to be chaos.
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 We have the April's PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games announced, and some of them are already. Well, actually, they're all out now, but some of them already came out a few days ago, and that is EA Sports PGA Tour and Blueprints. They came out on the 10th, and then today you had Hogwarts Legacy, you had Battlefield 1, Plate Up, and Tape 2 of Lost Records Bloom and Rage. So that was the extra games. I know you're very pleased for one of them, Craig, for fantasy points, but are you going to play any of them? That's the question.
I don't think I'm going to bother with Blueprints. Hearing people talk about that game, I get, it's a review darling game, but I'm hearing people say, oh, you got to have your calculator, your notepad, your pen. Probably going to want a thesaurus, like your encyclopedia. I'm like, oh, I'm definitely not there for any of that shit. I'm good, thanks. But it did get me a lot of points on fantasy, so it did its job. It did its job, boys.
Yes.
Hogwarts is being on there is good because that game's great. If you haven't played Hogwarts, give it a go. It's fantastic. I might at some point, if I can ever have time, try Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, which is the first tape, and then the second one's on it now. But I know one of the guys in work said his missus played it and she thought it was dreadful. So yeah, I will reserve judgment on one.
Dave, what about you? Plus Extra, any of them?
No, as I said to Craig before, the PlayStation has been sold as of today. So no, I am playing Hogwarts Legacy at the moment on Steam. So as Craig said, it's very good. It's a very very good game. So it's a good excuse. I think you haven't played it, have you, Pengi? So I think it'd be a good excuse for you to play it. It's very much your type of game, to be honest with you. But other than that, a bit of a nothing month, really.
You're not downloading Blueprints on your Steam Deck, getting out your
no, much like Craig
dictionary?
said, I'm nowhere near pretentious enough to play a game like that. Nowhere near.
And then for Premium, it's Alone in the Dark 2 from the PS1 and The War of the Monsters from the PS2. Davey, would have either of them interested you?
No.
I can see you being a bit of a fan of War of the Monsters.
No. I think it's the PlayStation Classic offerings are always strange to me because if they just feel a bit random and a bit like they scrape the barrel as much as they don't. If that makes sense, you're kind of like who wants to play Alone in the Dark on PS1 in April? Like put that in October, right?
Yeah, and I feel Arcade Paradise VR was also in Premium, but it's not on this list. But I'm pretty sure that was added as well.
As the only PS2 VR owner still around, Pengi.
I don't know one, but yeah.
In your heart, you do, Pengi. In your heart, you do.
Yeah, and I guess neither classic games are for you, Brady here.
No, you can move on there, Pengi.
Yeah, myself, I have downloaded Blueprints after I seen all the positive scores. But then again, listening to people like on about it, and even in I think it's the G-Namer chat, I was like, it was brought up. Yeah, you gotta have your pen and paper ready. I'm like, don't know if that's for me. I don't know if that's for me. And then I'll get to another one when we get to what we've been playing. And then I added a bit of news now because now we have Game Pass games. Of what's coming in April for Game Pass. So on the 16th is Neon White. That's going to be on Standard. The Patrick Star game is going to be in Ultimate PC and Standard.
Huge.
Crime Scene Cleaner, Ultimate and PC. Tempopo. That's the new game from the Unpacking game, Craig. The one with the scary girl in the corner.
Yeah, is it the on a cube thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
A bit
That's
like is it the Captain Toad treasure tracker thing? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the 17th. Then the 24th is Clair Obscura Expedition 33 for Ultimate and PC. 29th is Towerborn for Ultimate and PC. I think that still might be early access, but don't quote me on that. 30th is Far Cry 4, that's going to be Ultimate PC. 1st of May is Anno 1800 Ultimate PC Standard. 1st of May is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Ultimate PC. I'm guessing that's the remake.
It's the 22, the 2022 game.
Yeah, and then May 6th is Dredge for Ultimate PC and Standard. Craig, any there for you? I'm guessing Clair Obscura Expedition 33, definitely, but what about the others?
So yeah, no, definitely. You said Clair Obscura is the big one that I'm looking forward to there. Absolutely, and I think was at the start of this month we've had South of Midnight as well, didn't we? So it's a very good little spell for Game Pass at the moment. 'Cause if I'm still playing Avowed, I've got South of Midnight downloaded. I've got Expedition 33 pre-downloaded, I think. And then not long after that, you get Doom will be rolling out, and then the following month or something like that, Tony Hawk's. It's a nice little cadence at the moment on Game Pass.
Yes. What about you, Dave? Any of them?
Obviously, I don't have an Xbox at the moment, but if I did, I think
everything's an Xbox, Dave.
Apart from literally all the things I have, I suppose cloud, right? But yeah, I think it's a good. I think it's a really good set of games. I think, like you guys have been saying, Expedition 33 looks really good. I think Towerborn might be a bit of a surprise one because that game's been pretty well received in Steam Early Access. So that looks pretty good. Anno's always great, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is a really good campaign and multiplayer game. So if you haven't played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, it's a lot better than 3. For Krago, it's one of the better reviewed ones. So good. And Dredge, I know people talk highly of as well, right? And that's coming on May 6th. So I think that's, especially compared to the PlayStation Plus list you've just been through, I think that's a pretty strong month. And as Craig said, the cadence with Game Pass, again, they have so many studios, right? But the cadence with it is pretty good. It's pretty impressive.
There is a bunch leaving. I don't know of any. Sniper Elite 5, Craig, April 30th. That might be the only one you care of, because you have played. You've played Thirsty Suitors, and I don't know about Have a Nice Death and Kona 2. Last Case of Benefit Fox, and the Rewinder. I don't even know what that is.
No, I don't think you're gonna miss any of those. I think there's a newer Sniper Elite on there already, isn't there? Is it Resistance? So that's probably.
Possibly.
I think that came out. Did that come out this year, Craig? I'm pretty sure it did, right? To Game Pass.
I can't remember.
So I think that's why that's probably just replacing that. To be fair.
Most probably. Next one. We got some dates for summer events now. So on June 6th at 10 p.m. British Summer Time, we will have Summer Game Fest. So that is a Friday night. So we can all be playing Mario Kart in handheld mode on our Switch 2s, watching Summer Game Fest.
Huge.
And then following that right away, on June 7th at 12 a.m. our time, is Day of the Deaths, which I guess Tim Schafer will be appearing like he does on that one. So that's a big thing. And then June 8th at 6 p.m. So that would be Sunday. Is Xbox, followed by Outer Worlds 2. And on the Summer Game Fest calendar, we have 5 spaces left on the calendar of coming soon. But as we know, about 700 events happen that week in 52 dates time. Dave, are you excited for any of these 3 shows? I guess the Xbox one. Out of the 3 mostly.
I'll be excited for them as we get closer. I think it's still far too early. And obviously I'll be swept up in the Switch 2 excitement, so I suspect the show the day after I'll be watching and hope there'll be some more Switch 2 shenanigans. So yeah, again, I think a little bit too early to get too excited, but yeah, I'll probably be watching. So
yeah. What about you, Craig?
Yeah, I think I'm off from the 5th to the 8th as well.
Nice.
Which is nice timing, right? So you got the Switch 2 kind of coming around then, and then some showcases to enjoy as well. Is the nice little 4 days of gaming there, I'm going to imagine.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So that is some events already announced. Saying that, we had a. Actually, no, I've not in the order. Yeah, actually, let's go. We had an event just gone. We had the Triple I showcase, which a bunch of games were announced. I don't know if you got the same link up as me, Reggie. I believe you did watch it. Anything catch your eye? For me, Rematch getting a date very soon on the 19th of June was a pretty big one from that showcase.
Yeah, Rematch getting a date, and they announcing it for Game Pass is good as well. Because literally, before I'd watched that, we were at football talking about Rematch, saying how, oh yeah, it looks really cool, we want to try it, but we didn't know if we want to pay for it. And then I got home, had some din-dins, and then watched this, and I was like, oh, beautiful, I don't have to pay for it. That's fantastic. That's amazing. Couldn't have been better timing. So yeah, Rematch is probably the big one. Eternal Life of Goldman looked good again.
Yeah.
No, I'm the lone standard bearer for that game at this point, I feel.
Just like
looks great.
It does look great. Another one that I like the look of was Over the Hill. That's from the Art of Rally team, but you're driving around like in a Land Rover and stuff.
Yeah.
You know the one I'm on about, yeah.
Yeah. The only problem with that, I feel like it does not. Like a survival or adventure game or something. You're like, oh, I don't know if that's. Yeah, for me.
There's Opus Prism Peak, which is launching 2025. I played the Opus game that reviewed very well a few years ago. I played it on, I think, Switch, and I don't know if they're all connected or not, but there's like a load of these games. So this one's like seems slightly more higher budget than the previous games and that. So that is one I got my eye on. And I'm trying to think, I think that's about it. You never know with like these indies. They could be the next blueprints here for what we know. That scores us through. There's that Ikuma, the co-op game that we can play, Craig, where one of us can be a person, one of us can be a dog. That is.
Shotgun being the dog.
Yeah. And that's
There's a lot of roguelikes at this show, is what I found. There's a lot of roguelikes and a lot of very like PC steamy looking indie games.
Basically everything. It's like Neverway started off, which is from the pixel artists that work on Celeste. I do feel like if I can go, I made the T at the Celeste team. I could make a game and put that on there, whatever. Like that's just coming to Steam.
I delivered them some bagels once.
Yeah, you delivered them bagels once. Yeah, you can put that you worked on Celeste. Just feel a bit like that now with that. I guess you've seen nothing of it, Dave, but I guess even Rematch would take your fancy.
So, to surprise you, I have actually watched it, Pengi. And you're all right. It is like the same video games. But the Dave highlights, which is obviously for real gamers, not pretentious gamers. Speedrunners 2. Speedrunners is fantastic and is a fun co-op game. Moonlighter 2, I reviewed Moonlighter 1 many moons ago for GNamer. Looks like it's got more of a budget. That's fun. Endless Legend 2. If it wasn't coming to early access, I would highly recommend it for people to add to Fantasy Critic. The first one's a lot of fun. It's from Amplitude. It's like kind of a Civ kind of game. Kind of like Humankind, I suppose. And there was one more that I had on my little list, and that's Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era. Loved the Heroes of Might and Magic games back in the day. They used to come out, I don't know, this is going to age me. Pengi, do you remember when PC games would come out on the Sold Out brand for $4.99?
Yeah.
Or they'd be like 4 for £10. So I play a lot of the old Heroes of Might and Magic games, and they are turn-based strategy games. But yeah, it's cool that it's come back. I haven't played one for a long time. But yeah, again, a lot of it's like Craig said.
Is Ubisoft still publishing that, or is it someone else?
No,
now?
it's been freed, I believe, from Ubisoft.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Craig said, there's a lot of early access, and there's an awful lot of roguelike. Like I'm going down here, and I was like, oh, this is gonna have a roguelike. It was like, oh, they're making a roguelike of, what was the game example I had of Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core?
Two of them. There's two
right.
Deep Rock game things shown.
Yeah, and Voidbreaker, and I was just like, okay, I get you. Yeah, I see what devs are making now. But good fun.
Yeah. Well, if it's not a roguelike, it's a Souls-like, and if it isn't a Souls-like or a roguelike, it's a puzzle game where you need to get a pen and paper out. That's what we know.
Bring back platformers, Craigo.
Yeah, bring them back, sort of thing. What's coming to Xbox though, also in June, is Zenless Zone Zero. Craig, will you be playing some Zenless Zone Zero on your Xbox now? It's free to play.
I could not care less, but I do look forward to you telling me about it a lot and then never playing it.
Yeah, I've just told you about it then. I don't know how much more. I guess I could tell you when it comes to Switch too. I'm like, this Zenless Zone Zero is coming to Switch too. Craig, yeah, there we go. I guess, Dave, you're never going to play it either.
Absolutely not.
It's free to play on PC.
Free to play gacha anime games, not really my thing, Pengi.
Oh, you love the waifus though.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Oh dear is Game is auctioning off a number of items from its warehouse and head office in Basingstoke, which is closing down. Dave, have you bid on any furniture from Games auction?
No, sadly I didn't see any classic game header boards or anything, I guess. But yeah, bit sad. But I'll be honest. I mean, physical game shops died for me with GameStation, so I won't miss Game. It's been dead for a while, isn't it, Craigo? Really, at this point.
Yeah, we did see some like stats and analytics, didn't we? It's like the physical game purchases in the UK are just down and down and down and down, aren't they? So.
Well, there's no one to buy them either if all the games are closed down. Yeah, so you could get a table, not a table tennis, a foosball table. Craig, that's in the auction, a foosball table if you want one of them.
No, I actually can't remember the last, like, how long ago it would even be the last time I walked into Game and bought something.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's over 10 years at this point. In fact, I think it probably is over 10 years.
It's been a long time. I think when they closed down the one in town, me and Pengi went in because they had a lot of like clearance stuff. But even then, I don't think I actually picked a lot up.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah. Dead. What is not dead is the Sega Mega Drive, Dave.
Oh,
the Streets of Rage, Super Thunderblade, and Esports City Under Siege will all be added to the Mega Drive NSO on the Switch, soon to be Switch 2 as well. Have you been playing any Streets of Rage?
I haven't,
Davey?
because obviously we're all getting Switch 2s, and I was gonna go. I was like, I haven't played Streets of Rage 1 and 2 because they're both on there for a while. And then I remembered, Pengi, that it has online multiplayer because it's on the NSO. So I will try and persuade one of you two to play Streets of Rage 1 and 2 with me. I think they're about 2 hours each to finish.
Yeah, they're really short now.
But the Mega Drive collection is actually like, it's one of those ones that I think everyone kind of forgets is on there. But there's a lot of good games on there. It's a very robust list. It's almost every Mega Drive game I think you'd want. There's a couple like I personally would like some 32X stuff or some Mega CD stuff, but like other than that, I think it's really good.
Don't give Nintendo ideas. They add
It's
that to.
Oh,
They put it on the top tier, which
you're
we'll
telling me
have,
you
so-
wouldn't want to play Snatcher and
I would love to play
right.
Snatcher.
So like it's one of those where I think actually it's a pretty compared to the one that you could buy if you remember that collection. I think the one that comes with the NSO is actually probably a lot better. The emulation's better for sure. So there's some good stuff on there. I think for the uninitiated, definitely obviously Sonic 2. Streets of Rage 1 and 2, and Shinobi Revenge of Shinobi is a fantastic game. But yeah, love a bit of Mega Drive.
Yes. Craig, obviously you don't have a Switch like me at the moment, but when you do, will you be going back to look at any Mega Drive games?
I don't know if that'd be my top priority, to be honest with you, but I don't know. Maybe one day.
Maybe
Maybe
one
one
day.
day.
I guess.
I'll drag you on there for some co-op, Krieger, don't you worry.
Yeah. There's that, like, Streets of Rage you mostly would like, because you like the Ninja Turtles game, and did you actually play Streets of Rage 4 as well, Craig?
No, I played Streets of Rage when it was on remember it was on the 360 arcade thing. You
Yeah.
buy it for like pennies, couldn't you? So I played for it on there, definitely.
Yeah. Let's say Streets of Rage 2 co-op would be pretty good.
Mhm.
What isn't good is Sony increases the price of the PS5 again. £40 rise for the UK on the digital version. That makes it now $429.99. But the disc drive has gone down to $69.99. So that would make a Pro now $669.99 with a disc drive. A bargain. And I think it would be $499 with the disc drive, the slim thing. But on PlayStation Store, it's $489.99. So I guess the disc drive could be for £40 off there, and I don't know, but yeah, sort of thing. And Dave, I think you got some more info on this. I think you watched a Jeff Grubb thingy on this as well.
Yeah, so I watched so Jeff did a video and it wasn't a very happy man, Gregor. Jeff was very upset. It's basically that we're suffering the pain of what's going on in America, I think, and it's kind of like a precursor to what's probably going to happen to them. It's about 10%. So obviously we've got a 10% tariff here in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Obviously Australia and New Zealand are getting it much worse. I haven't bothered to move all them over, but yeah, to me again, like to further what Jeff
Yeah, because I think because we've only gone up on the digital one. I think Australia and New Zealand also went up with the non. That's why it's mostly $489 for the one with a disc drive. I expect that hasn't gone up, but in Australia, I think they are going. Those also going up as well. It's all very a bit confusing.
Yeah, they're going up, and the Middle East, but it's just that's for some reason that's like only half mentioned because obviously they don't want to upset anyone. But yeah, it's a bit ridiculous to me because it's already gone up already. We're 5 years into a console now. It should be getting cheaper. I know that the world is fucked, but like, call me cynical, Pengi, but when we used to get slim consoles, the reason they were slimmer is because they cost less to make, and they were smaller. So I don't really understand why the PS5 is now, like you said, and it's a matter of time before our disc drive version goes up. Because to me, again, to be cynical, are they going to stock as many disc ones when they can sell them both separately? So
yeah, that's what's most really going to happen. They're just yeah. People will end up paying the $499, and there won't be any disc drive ones. The Astrobot bundle looks a bargain at the moment. It's on offer at the moment on PlayStation Direct. I think it's like 380 quid or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be gone soon, I think.
Get an Astrobot bundle where you can.
Yeah, but it is ridiculous that the slim version is now more expensive than the brand new Switch 2 that's coming out in 2 months' time. Like it's pretty crazy. And how much is a Series S? Was that 229 still?
Yeah, this is what. Yeah,
it's pretty wild in this era for it to be like that, you know.
Like Microsoft have a console half the price of like the other two, but it's like it sells like 500 units in Europe a month or something now, and it's like it seems really bad marketing from Xboxes. To be $429 for the Astrobot one at the moment, so that's with a disc drive. So get that while you can, I guess. We can have a Fortnite one for $4.79 if that's what your thing. Craig, views on price increases?
They're bad.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, your wages are going to go up the same. Wait, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Okay. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Do
We'll
you
wait
think the
and see,
Switch
won't
2 still goes up in the United States in price with the 145% tariff in China?
No, because
I don't know, because
no, they won't.
the people who were adamantly saying that it was going to be £700 now are saying that it's going to be the same price that they said the
Yeah,
first
because
time.
Vietnam's on the
Yeah.
10%, and they have a factory in Vietnam, so they can just send all the Vietnam ones to
Well,
the
that's
States and only
yeah.
pay the 10%.
Jeff Grubb did a
I
video on
think
that as
the
well, by the
bigger
way.
problem than the numbers at the moment is the unknown, the uncertainty. and
Yeah,
the-
because Trump
the
could turn
actual numbers
around
that
next week
yeah.
and go, it's now 50% tariff on Vietnam or something.
Yeah.
It's like,
I
yeah.
think that's more the problem at the moment. Is just they just don't really know what's going to happen tomorrow. So yeah.
It will be limited. That's the Jeff Grubb video I watched is that they basically shipped 1 million units from Vietnam in January and February, which is not like a hypothetical. Like it's actually like they know that they have like there is data for it, and that's it shows the percentage from that factory that goes to America and goes elsewhere, and it is 95%. So it looks like they kind of knew it was coming, and the American production is all in Vietnam, and everywhere else is from China. Again, it's the same parts. It's just like where they're put together, right? So it seems to be that they'll probably have. I think they said that they've managed to get just over 1 million and a half into America before April, sorry. So I suspect it will be the same price in America, but I think it's going to be proper like hard to get in America, whereas I think it will probably be more plentiful in the EU and for us. But yeah, it's not good for anyone really. It's not good for America. It's not good for Nintendo. It's not good for fans of video games in general.
No, because I guess like once they've ran out those 2 million or whatever, and if tariffs do go up, it's like the 200 million in first Switch is now 550 or something. We ran out the 450 ones. Yeah, yes.
But like the Wii all over again when GameStop gets a delivery and now they're suddenly you can only buy it for $700 that come with like 3 games, a hat, a shirt, fucking controller. You know what I mean? Like we all remember that from console launches. I think the PS5 is a similar story, right? Over here. So I think that's what's probably going to happen.
Yeah, what's also probably going to happen. Oblivion, the remaster. Apparently, it's coming out next week, and we've also got screenshots, box art. But I'm guessing it's not having a physical, or the physical coming later of this Craigie, and I guess it'll be on Game Pass as well next week. So that's another Game Pass game for you as well, Craig, next week, possibly.
It's too much at this point, for fuck's sake, you bastards. Slow it down a bit. Stop the dominoes from falling. Stick it back up again.
Right. Xbox has no games, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool because this has been like an ongoing saga for a couple of months now, isn't it? Like every other week, everyone's like,
yeah,
"Oh,
it's got on
it's
Fantasy Critic, and it's just unannounced on there."
It's definitely coming next week. They're going to show it next week. It's going to come out next week. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like a lot of people now are saying that. So it'd be good to finally get a proper look at it. And obviously, the pictures and the stills have leaked as well on that website, haven't they? From the team that's developing it. And from the couple of blurry images we got, it does look like quite a substantial difference as well, and it's in a completely different engine as well. So
yeah,
let's hope it's pretty cool. So I've never even played a Elder Scrolls game, so
wild.
It could be my first, boys.
What a wild statement.
Oblivion is great. I think it's in my top 100 games of all time. I can't remember exactly where it is, but I have got some upsetting news, maybe, Craig, for you. Apparently, they've changed the parrying to be more Souls-like, and that.
That is the most.
I mean, they're gonna
it's also the most
combat,
statement of all time in it. Because what's parrying like a Souls-like? It's a first-person action game.
Yeah, there's a list of apparently improvements they've improved the art. And they compared it to Souls.
I don't think I'm going to be sleeping at bonfires and respawning the enemies,
which is it's not going to be that hard.
Lobbing my head through my window for every boss fight, and just wanting it all to end. At
Yeah,
some
other
point,
other games had
I can
parrying
see.
before Dark Souls. People need to remember
Yeah,
that.
no, yeah.
But,
no,
my only weird question is, boys, is it not a bit close to Avowed that's just come out?
and Outer Worlds was going to be this year at least. Outer Worlds 2, which is another
Yeah,
Western RPG.
it's all a bit
So
similar, isn't it?
yeah,
I mean,
it's
again,
just
it'd be
like
good. But
I
I'm just
think they're
saying, like,
just happy just to get stuff out there.
yeah.
It's just, you can hold on to it forever and ever, but does it make a difference?
Why did they wait until they
Get
killed
out.
their brand, though, Craig? Could they not have not killed their brand and just had all these games? Could this not have been a thing?
Yeah, but
No.
I don't know. I don't
Death.
know if they envisaged it that way. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I cry every night.
yeah. Dave, I guess also for this one is you no longer have a PlayStation. You can tell us
I
you
don't.
don't have an Xbox system.
I do not.
Obviously, I believe this will come. Let's say it comes to everything. So you're gonna buy it and play it on Steam?
Yeah, if it's verified, it's one of those that I would potentially pick up on Steam Deck. It's a bit weird because the original game is obviously more than playable on the Steam Deck, and it's like £3. So it depends what what they do to it. But yeah, and it's one of those games. It's a bit of an evergreen thing anyway, because obviously Oblivion was great in 2006, and they're just making it better. So say I get a PC next year, and I want to play it on that, or they port it to the Switch 2 or whatever, or something I have, then I think it would be cool. I mean, like I said to you in the chat, I haven't played it since it came out.
Waited. Do you think it might come to the Switch 2, and that's why they've waited to announce it? And they can go, it's coming to Xbox, it's coming to Switch 2, it's coming to PlayStation, it's coming to Steam, it's coming to Luna. It won't come to Luna, but you know what I'm saying.
It probably will come to Luna. I think all the other Bethesda games are on Luna.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know really. I feel like it's unlikely. I just don't. There's a reason we haven't had a big suite of Xbox published games on Switch 2 announced. So I think
Tony Hawk's, but I guess you could say that's Activision.
Yeah, and again, the first game was on Switch as well, right? So it's one of those where I feel like you will get a big bunch of them announced. And it'd be cool. I think it'd be really cool because I think Skyrim was such a big game on the Switch, right? So
yeah.
I think it should be capable of running it. But yeah, it's one of those. I think it's cool that game is available again in a new life. I think it's probably my favourite Elder Scrolls world. I think Skyrim is the better game because of when it came out later, and it had a lot of improvements. But I really like Tamriel. It's really Skyrim's a great game, but it's one of those I really like Tamriel. And obviously had the Patrick Stewart stuff and Sean Bean. Like for Craig, for example, who hasn't played any of them, it's the most 2004 Lord of the Rings game that you could have from them. Like Skyrim is a lot more almost Game of Thronesy in its sort of style, whereas Oblivion's very influenced by the Lord of the Rings. It's very, very that kind of fantasy. So I think for Craig, I think that's a really good one to play. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I want them to do this to all the other games they have, Pengi.
I was going to say, where's my Morrowind
I want
remake?
them to do it for Fallout 3. New Vegas would be cool, but yeah.
I'm going to be controversial here. Skyrim remake?
It's got to come to Switch. It's got to have a Switch 2 version, right? They have to keep the cycle continue. That and Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking that game's got to be... It came out 11, so that game is 13 years old, is that right?
Pengi, we got to stop making us all feel old.
So it was sort of out of the room, possibly as the 15th anniversary of Skyrim, his remake.
Yeah.
In like 2027 or something. That's not...
I wouldn't rule it out, put it that way. I wouldn't rule it out.
Yeah. And then the last news is Star Wars Zero Company has been announced from Respawn and XCOM vets. Craig, do you like a bit of XCOM?
Not really. I mean, I've never tried a bit of XCOM in all honesty, but I know Grub was on about this a few weeks ago. How Respawn were going to be revealing some sort of Star Wars project that wasn't another Jedi game. So that's cool, right? I mean, I hope you must feel a little bit bad for some of these companies who probably picked up the Star Wars IP, and then the Star Wars IP is almost at like an all-time low now, right? So, but yeah, it sounds like it's got the XCOM devs and Respawn are awesome, so I'm sure it's going to be very good, right?
Yes. Would you try it, Craig? Considering it's going to be like XCOM. You get your 4-man squad, you tell them where to move, and all that good stuff.
Maybe because it will come to EA Plus
Play.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Through that way, as opposed to buying it, I'd imagine would be how I would give it a go.
What about you, Davey?
Oh yeah, hella excited. Yeah, hella excited. I mean, Respawn have never missed, right? Statistically, they've never missed, so that's good. And then XCOM: Enemy Unknown, one of my favorite strategy games. Even the Vita version was one of my favorite games. XCOM 2 is fantastic. I haven't actually played Chimera Squad, which is the standalone story kind of spin-off game they did a couple of years ago.
I think I own that on Steam, but
it's very cheap. It's like £2, I think, at the moment on a sale. But no, yeah, really excited because, like Craig said, Star Wars is at an all-time low, but it's also one of those franchises, much like the Lord of the Rings, that give me a little taste of good quality of it. So, like for example, Andor Season 2 is next week, I think, or the week after. When that inevitably is the first good show since Andor Season 1, I'm fully ready to rewatch all the Star Wars films, watch Rogue One again. Like, cool, give me some Star Wars goodness. So, yeah, I mean, quite exciting. It's quite an exciting game. I'm very excited to play it. I hope it comes to absolutely everything as well, because that always helps get a bit more love in your heart.
Myself, I'm very much like Craig. It would have to come. I would have to be very, very cheap or like free to play, and I very much doubt that. But then it's EA, you never know. It could be like free to play, and then you buy your Star Wars characters or something.
I hope that you haven't wished that into existence, Pengi.
Or a service or something comes to Plus or EA Play or Game Pass or something like that for me to play that. But anyway, that is the news.
Only a 51-minute news. It kills us. It kills us. But let's get to the topic of the show, Craigo. So, obviously, Switch 2 is coming out. We are going to do some Switch 2 top 10s. It's not been sent ahead of time, so I don't know if we're trying to figure out our combined top 10 or our own top 10 or just talking about video games, right? But yeah, hopefully this is the third, I think, Switch thumbnail in a row I've had to make, so I'm hoping next week there'll be some other. Actually, there's Mario Kart on Thursday, and this was going to be Mario Kart again. Yeah. So there we go, Nintendo forever. But yeah, so how do you want to do this, Craig? Do you want to just talk through 10 games we all like, and then should that be the discussion?
So I envisaged like us doing a combined 10, basically.
Oh,
us trying to agree on our combined top 10.
Okay, this is going to be 4 hours long. But let's try it.
You reckon?
Yeah, because me and Pengi have completely opposite tastes in video games, and you've only played
I've got my top 30 up, and I think you said top 33.
I cut it down to 15 for the sake of the conversation, because I figured we were going to do 10. But let's do 10. So Craig, because you're going to be the most impartial person, submit to us a game that we can put in consideration for 10.
Well, I mean, I was just going to, because we don't really need to go around in circles, I was just going to write Mario Kart 8 Deluxe down straight away, because surely we're all going to agree on that, right?
That is my number one.
Yeah, there we go. We don't even need to go around in circles, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I said, I have the least to go with here, because I played the least Switch. So I was going to say Kirby.
And the Forgotten Land,
yes. I feel like that got to be.
I didn't finish it. It's nowhere near my 10. But it's
that's
two versus
14.
1, so I'm not going to be able to.
Yeah, Mario Kart is actually my number 16 because to me that's still a Wii U game.
Yeah, but we can all agree that's going to be in this top.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And then to be honest, the last one I feel strongly about. I think it won Game of the Year for the year it came out, and it was a bit of a weird year for the podcast. It was Triangle Strategy, which I know only me and
that's my number 10.
Wouldn't get my top 50, but
strategy is.
There's about 50 good games on Switch.
No, there's loads. It's a Steam game anyway. Nintendo Switch game. Again, I haven't played it, so you two can vote against me on that.
Yeah, it's so good. Triangle Strategy.
To be honest, those are the three that I felt strongly about.
Well, go on, Pengi. Talk about Fire Emblem, because I know that's the one I'm not going to be able to stop
my
you from
number
putting on
one,
there.
my number one Switch game is Fire Emblem Three Houses. It's just so good. It's peak Fire Emblem. It's also everything that Dave hates about Fire Emblem because it's got the persona elements of, you got to go hang out with the classmates, which is weird when you're playing as a teacher. Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of unethical things you can do as a teacher as well, which is quite great.
Yeah.
I had it at 13, so I liked the gameplay of Three Houses. I
Yeah.
mean, the story was actually really good. It's just that I felt it was a bit sort of bogged down in its like weird classroom stuff.
Yeah.
But it was still
Yeah.
it's still Fire Emblem, right? It was a great game.
Yes.
I liked it a little bit more than Engage. I really like Engage. It's just I think it's a bit too anime for me. But it was a really good
Engaged,
game.
I've got a 22nd, so that's much lower on my top 30.
Right, I'm trying to go through the ones on this list that anyone but me has played. I had Pokemon Legends Arceus at number 2 as my highest.
I've
Pokemon
got that
game.
as number 13, so
I'd probably like that in the top 10, just because it's the most different of the Pokemon games. I'm quite enjoying Pokemon Shield at the moment, and Pokemon Scarlet, it's just too broken. To be honest, I think I gave it Game of the Year and that it came out, but with hindsight, I was probably a bit too keen on that one. But yeah, how about you, Craig? Because I know you have actually played Pokemon Legends.
I wouldn't push for it to be in any top 10, but
Really? Oh yeah, I thought
it was
the game
quite high on the Game of the Year that year as well, from what I remember when we did it.
Yeah, I thought it was an amazing game, especially the end game where it gets really good. Doing this sort of post stuff, probably the best post game content I think for a Pokemon game. I don't want to be controversial with the Pokemon fans out there. No, that's just not true, is it? That's Heart Gold. But after that, what else have I got on here? Super Mario Wonder is wild to me because you haven't played it, Craig, right? You the Switch dead by then?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely one you should look at on Switch too. Probably one of it's up there for best 2D platformers I've ever played. The boss fights probably ruin it a bit, but the actual level design's incredible. Beautiful art style. The whole Wonder Seed stuff's great. Lots of like different things that can happen, and lots of like cool twists on levels. And yeah, it's absolutely going to get a Switch 2 version if that's not already been announced, because they've used it a lot in the promotional stuff. But yeah, really, really good 2D platformer. Did you play that in the end, Pengi? I can't remember.
I did.
And you didn't like it because you don't like 2D Mario, do you?
No, I didn't really like it. I thought the Sonic Superstars was better.
God, fucking hell. But okay, is there anything that you guys have played? Because honestly, my list is not going to have anything you guys have got on it.
So my number 2 is Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Yeah, that's just you.
Yeah, number 3, Super Mario Odyssey.
I had that at 11.
Okay.
It's a great game, but I prefer the more level-based, like Galaxy and Sunshine ones. I just thought it was a bit too bloated. But again, Craig, I don't think you've played that one either.
Yeah, the ones I feel strongly about is basically.
If we were doing a definitive list of games that I think people should play, I think Mario Odyssey, right? That should be on that list, Pengi.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. It's one of the ones that the Switch is famous for, right?
Yeah, for sure. And
I think
go on.
games on Switch, there's 2 that come to mind, and that's one of them.
Yeah. The other one on that list, I'd imagine, is the game that I don't think me or Pengi will have in our top 15, and that is the Breath of the Wild duology.
Yeah.
I played it on Wii U, and I thought Tears of the Kingdom was okay. So that's our review of Zelda. We apologise to all Zelda fans.
I have got a Zelda. I do have a Zelda at number 4, though.
Is that Link's Awakening?
That is Link's Awakening.
Nice. I played that quite a bit. I think Craig played that as well, actually. But that's a really fun game. I'm really looking forward to that game having an actual frame rate, as that's one of the ones that's getting a free update on Switch 2. Obviously, neither of us have played Echoes yet.
No. I've got a big one at number 5. I'm skipping because it's Florence. So definitely need to play Florence.
Fucking hell.
But so again, number 6, which I think is a big one, and it started off the year of the Switch. Monster Hunter Rise.
Oh, nice. I think if me and Craig had played that on Switch primarily, we'd probably agree with you. But Craig played that really on Xbox, didn't you, buddy? And I've played it sort of a mixture on Xbox and Steam. But it was an exclusive for a while, right? So I think that's
Yeah.
completely valid. I know you've played like a lot of that game,
Yeah.
so I
Just randomly remembered as well. One that I know me and Pengi both like, Metroid Dread.
That's my number 8. This was the next one I was going to
Yeah,
mention.
Metroid Dread's actually pretty good. I feel like that's gonna make the 10 surely.
again not one for me, but you guys 2-1, so you go nuts.
What you wait? You how do you not like Dread? It's a Metroidvania.
I don't. I played like an hour.
Was it too
I was
scary?
No, it wasn't very good. I didn't think the controls were very good. Didn't really like. It's not.
Controls are what let it down.
Yeah,
It feels like controls are no good.
it feels like a Super Nintendo game. It's not. I've never been one for the 2D Metroid games, unfortunately. But it's one of those. I get why people like it, but yeah, not really my thing, to be honest.
Yeah, number 9 is 13 Sentinels. Where's Mike Minati when I need him? Because that.
Yeah,
There's no one pumping for a Splatoon or something.
I've
like
got a whole list of games that only I've played, Craigo. I'll go
Uh,
through them when Pengi's done.
11 Bayonetta 3?
Oh no.
No. Well, I've got a big one at 15, but don't know if either of you've played it. Animal Crossing.
I played 20 hours of it and it didn't make my top 15. It was just, it was very much a time and place game, right? Because it hit right as COVID hit.
Yeah.
And it was really big. I remember Gary Witter's show that he did, and it was like really big on YouTube and Twitch for like months, man, like for a long time. It was really big in the community because it came out the same day as Doom Eternal, didn't it, as well?
Yeah,
which they had a lot of cross promotion, but yeah, not for me. I think it's one of those, like, I enjoyed what it was, but there's not enough gameplay for Animal
Yeah,
Crossing.
I did drop from it. It's a bit of a weird one. I used to have that really high on my Switch list, I should say, and I've dropped it like over the years, sort of thing. Like you said, it was a very time and place sort of game, but obviously it's like the second best selling Switch game as well, behind Mario Kart. So it's that. Then I got Mario Kart. Then I got a bunch of indies like Artful Escape, which I know Craig does love, but I believe you played it on Xbox, didn't you, Craig?
I don't think that's a top 10 Switch game, is it?
No.
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 Then it's Neon White. Remember, it launched exclusively, time exclusive on the Switch. That was great. Bayonetta, Cereza and the Lost Demon. But I think only I've played that. I got a few more indies on the list, and Pikmin 4.
Nice. I had Pikmin 4 at number 6.
Yeah.
Which is great.
I think Pikmin 4, okay.
Really good game.
Yeah, weirdly, my Switch list is pretty indie heavy, with like A Space for the Unbound, Behind the Frame, Neon White, Artful Escape, Oxenfree, Sky, Grease. Yeah. But obviously then they went and made Never. So
Nice.
yeah.
My 15, you can see from my 15 why I've pre-ordered a Switch 2. Oh, terrible goalkeeping there. But yeah. So I had Mario Kart 8 at number 1, Pokemon Legends Arceus at number 2, Mario Party Superstars at number 3, The Return of Mario Party in a big way, really, really great game. Splatoon 3 at number 4, 40 hours of that game, absolutely outstanding. Did everything Splatoon 2 did, but a lot better. Really highly recommend it. I do follow it.
Peggy, did you like Splatoon?
Yeah, Splatoon's like
I've given up writing down everything that everyone's saying.
I thought the car crash I predicted, Craig, has happened. So we'll just go through what we all like.
Okay, I'll give up.
Yeah, as soon as we said it, I was kind of like, I know for a fact Pengi's not going to pick anything that I've played, and you've only played so much. So, but it's fine. All we can agree on.
I thought we could have got a 10.
Mario Kart.
You boys carry on.
We did get a 10 though, didn't we? Like we got Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem. We got Pokemon Legends. Triangle Strategy. Metroid Dread. What else? Kirby. There's 6
There we go.
already. Yeah.
There we go. I had Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pikmin 4, Super Mario Wonder,
Pikmin 4, there's 7. There we go.
Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope, really underrated game. Both of them are fantastic. Highly recommend it. Super Mario RPG, the best of the Mario RPG games so far. I haven't played Brothership, and I haven't got to
Thousand Year Door.
Thousand Year Door. Thousand Year Door was okay. I think it was probably better on GameCube. It's quite aged. But yeah, definitely recommend that. And what else I have left on here? So I had Advance Wars Reboot Camp, which obviously the war in Ukraine delayed that release, but it's Advance Wars 1 and 2 remade. Really, really fantastic strategy games. I actually think Craig would quite like them. To be honest with you, if you ever see them cheap, they're much more kind of like triangle strategy. It's not as like I don't know. It's not a story driven. It's just kind of like good gameplay. Yeah, Super Mario Odyssey we had. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, really fun game. A bit basic, but still the best looking Pokemon game. Fire Emblem Free Houses, like Pengi had. Super Mario Party.
Okay, so yeah, Free Houses.
Yeah, Super Mario Party, which is the first one. Mario Party is great. I played a lot of Mario Party. And Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, because I haven't played 3 yet, and I really liked the HD of 2. But yeah, I mean, the notable absence is none of us like Zelda, and Craig hasn't played it. The sports games were kind of a disappointment, because otherwise I feel like golf and tennis and strikers in a normal world would have got on. I know Craig was really disappointed with golf. Tennis was okay, but okay isn't a top 10 worthy call, is it, Craig? But there we go, the Switch. It's a difficult one because in its almost 8 years of life, it has had an awful lot of games, I will say. When I was trying to make my list, my 33 were almost exclusively Nintendo first party games, and there was a lot of great games that didn't make the cut. So yes, there we go. That is our Switch list of top 7. I think we got 2 in the end that we've all played.
7 or 8.
Maybe 8 because you've technically played Splatoon.
Yeah, if we go Splatoon, can
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Chucking Arms. Arms was great.
No, that was rubbish. I had Pokemon Violet at number 30. Did you mention Pokemon Scarlet or Violet?
No, I had it. I didn't. I think going back and looking at footage of it, it was a bit gimped on it, but I had it in my top 20. It's a Pokemon game, but it's still fun, right?
Yeah, just put a Pokemon game on the list.
Yeah,
as
just
well.
Put all the Pokemon games, and we'll put snipper clips in as well, right, for all the big fans.
Yeah.
And part-time UFO. But there we go. That's the Switch 1. The Switch 2 will be a lot easier for us to track because we're all getting it at launch. So we will see.
It's a weird one. Like I got Mario Kart 8 on. I have got on my top 30. I got it like 16th, so almost midway point because I mostly played that on Wii U. So I'm kind of like going into the Switch 2 like, this is a brand new Mario Kart, so I'm much more excited for it than I was for like, it's a Mario Kart remaster, sort of thing. And same with Donkey Kong, it's a brand new Donkey Kong, and there's nothing really they can start porting over from the Wii U. The problem is obviously at launch you do have remasters of Zeldas and you already have remasters of Kirby, so maybe that's going to be the new thing. We just have lots of remasters for Switch games or something instead of Wii U games.
I feel like that's a given, and it's at least cool that things like Super Mario Party Jamboree and Kirby appear to be getting significant content updates. At least, I know they're charging you for them, but like I think that's cool. And like I said, Kirby's one of those that I borrowed off Craig for a very limited time. It's one of those I've looked at the Switch 2 edition and been like, if that comes out a good, because I don't think that's a launch title, right? I think that's
it's August.
It's August, so that might be one where I'm like, you know what, I'll pick that up, play that and see. But yeah, well, again, like we've got next podcast will absolutely be a Switch 2 podcast because of Mario Kart Direct on Thursday. But plenty to play for all the boys, and that transitions us very nicely into the what we bought and what we've been playing section of the show. And we're gonna start with Mr. Craig Warren.
In terms of buying nothing, my Last of Us Dual Sense did turn up though, boys.
Huge.
Huge.
Haven't actually used it yet because I have a lot of Game Pass stuff at the moment, but it's there ready.
Ready to go.
Cool beckons.
Yeah.
In terms of playing, me and Pengi got the platinum of Split Fiction finally, and we had 3 trophies left. 2 of them were easy. One of them was an absolute pain in the dick.
Yeah.
Probably took us an hour of trying, I think, to get there in the end. Painting you. It was a test of our friendship, Dave. It really was. It's brutal.
God.
But we got there.
We
and
did
we both
forget her.
survived.
Yeah. Craig was like Onana, not catching stuff. Or was I like Onana?
It's a heavy
But
criticism.
actually, Craig was like Onana, not catching stuff, and I was like whoever was doing the back pass at Spurs to the goalkeeper.
Not good.
Yeah.
No. We finished that. It's a great game. It's fantastic. I played a little bit more metaphor, done some more side stuff, and got some of my bonds up. I think I'm at the point now where I need to start doing this last dungeon or second to last dungeon. I'm rattling through that. And then what I've mainly been playing is Avowed, which I am still in the third area of,
Oh,
but I
nice.
think I've now finished the third area of. Well, I'm nearly finished the third area of. So I think I'm about 30 hours in on that bad boy.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, carry on with that, and then probably some more. Moving on to either South of Midnight or Extra Edition 33, depending on when I finish Avowed.
Nice.
And that's it from your boy.
Yeah, I'd be interested when you play South of Midnight, 'cause I've seen a lot of people turn off the stop motion like straight away. So I'd be interested to see what you
Well,
think
that's like
of
the
it.
cool bit of it.
I know,
or looks
right?
like the cool bit of it.
But yeah, I'd be interested to see what you guys think. It's one of I've quite looked at that. It runs quite well on Steam Deck, so it's not. It's one of if I see it on a sale, it might be worth a go. If I don't like it, I've got 2 hours to refund it, haven't I? So not too bad at all. What about you, Pengi? What have you bought? What have you played this calendar week?
So, like obviously Craig, we finished and platinum Split Fiction and that, and I traded Split Fiction in. I was going to just put it on eBay, but what I got for eBay was pretty much the same as what I got trading to CEX, where I got Smart As on Vita, which is like he's was it like smarter than a fifth grader, that sort of thing, but it's just called Smart As over here for the Vita, and I picked up a Switch game, even though I don't have a Switch or a Switch 2 yet. It's Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, which it was 38 quid, which I think for a Nintendo first party game, I can't see it going down much less than others. It was £28 trade in for Split Fiction, so that was like a tenner, £6 for Smart Ass, which obviously I guess you just pay on its own. So yeah, I do have a Switch game ready for my Switch 2, and it is one that's supposed to have a boost while played on the Switch 2 as well, from what I believe. So I've got that. And I also picked up in the independent game shop in town NBA The Show 12 on Vita. Randomly, there was an NBA MLB The Show 12 import on the Vita in there, which was a tenner. So, because you never have enough Vita games, can you, Dave?
Apparently so, Pengi. Apparently so.
Yeah. I'm still missing like a good 100 plus like physical European games. And normally when people ask me like how many games are you missing, I expect they think I'm missing like 10 or 20. When I say it's like 100, they don't even believe there's that many games on the Vita. I already own like 200. Poor Vita. Poor Vita. That would be an easier top 10 to do.
Oh, absolutely. Be no input from Craig.
Yeah.
And there's only about 20 games on it, so we'll be okay.
And then what I played, so after getting my 100 platinum with Craig on Split Fiction, proper video game, I went and got my 101st platinum, Dave. On what? What did I get my 101st platinum on?
I suspect I know what it is, Pengi. I know.
Yeah, you know what it is.
I do.
Yeah. It was My Name is Mayo, Mayo. You gotta have all the My Name's Mayo platinum. This is the rules, Dave.
This is why I'm glad that the PlayStation Network is dead to me now.
Yeah.
More
Yes.
pixels or more frames? What's going on here?
Oh, 4K 60.
No, because they released it on PS4
Is there a
as well.
PS5 Pro upgrade?
No.
I literally forgot that Pengels had a PS5 Pro.
Yeah. They released
I'm not
it
even
on
joking.
PS4 as well. Yeah. They added in a new pachinko mini game.
Oh, huge.
So where you're doing this story in the game of the the Mayo jar, you occasionally get a pachinko mini game, and they've altered the story and stuff, parts of the game and stuff like that. So I don't know if we'll get My Name is Mayo 2 Remayo, or will it be My Name is Mayo Remayo 2 eventually. Most probably, because I expect a lot of people have bought this, because people do buy these, easy platinum games, don't they, Dave? So
Apparently so.
apparently so. Um, then I went back because it had a big update. The first update one for the spring of Monster Hunter Wilds, which adds, some as I'm aware, had, again, I might have missed stuff. It had the gathering hub, so now have the gathering hub, so you can sit around, have your meals together, and all that stuff. There's a bowling mini game in the gathering hub as well, which you can do, and there's like arena battles you can do. I haven't done it, where it gives you like set gear. So it's like I go into the arena. Again, I could be wrong. Go into the arena, right? I'm doing the hunting horn set thing, and they give you a set armor, set hunting horn, and you got to go fight a Rathalos or something, and then you got to do it in a certain time. You get a rank, and it's posted on the leaderboard. And that I actually haven't done any of that. Added a new side quest where Alma has lost her new pair of glasses she's bought, so you have to go find them. Very simple side quest. I did that, and it was like my 26th side quest, and there was a trophy for doing 30 side quests. I have done 30 side quests in Monster Hunter Wilds, so I have the 30 side quest trophy in that. And then it adds it actually adds one new monster and a new story thing. So the game ends, I think it's on chapter 6.1 or 6.2 or something like that. It adds a 6.2 or a 6.3 one after it. You get a new cutscene, and it goes like obviously stuff. It brings back a monster, you fight that monster, and then it even ends like, we're going to have to do further investigations. So obviously when it comes to summer update, it'll be like chapter 6.4 or whatever. So did that, and then they add an extra story thing, where it's also very similar. You get the cutscenes. Mitsusune is back as the monster, and it's very similar. Like do that, you get the cutscenes. Like we're going to have to do more investigations. Like why is this monster here? So again, I'm guessing in the summer they'll be like extra mission 2 and stuff like that. So I've actually got my hunter rank. I think I'm on 67. There is a trophy 100. But obviously, I'm like popping back in when they do these updates. So I think I got the Hunter 100 large monster trophy, and there was another trophy I got. I think I got like 3 or 4 trophies while I went back to doing this stuff. Nearly got a new armor set. I got a new weapon and stuff like that. I think I've gone over 50 hours in Monster Hunter Wilds now, which I know, like, if any of the Monster Mash has this thing, that's like a pathetic number compared to some of them, but it's still quite a chunky amount for a game. But yeah, still enjoyed what I have played of Wilds, and will jump back in when summer event update. And the event quests, like the event quests so far are all been like pretty basic, I want to say. But if you remember in World, you had like do this event and you unlock the monster Mega Man cat armor and stuff like that, and there was an Aloy skin or something from what I remember on PlayStation. So when they add like those ones back in, there'd definitely be more to check out. You've not checked this out, have you, Craig? I don't know when you plan to drop back into Wilds.
No, I didn't realize it was as much added as they had. In all honesty, I assumed it was just the Mitsune and that was about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I probably
Yeah,
will.
it's a weird one. Like you just do the 2 hunts in like 10 minutes or something if you really wanted to, but it's like watching the cutscene and messing around and.
Yeah, I probably want to catch back up again. But yeah, there's just so much to play in there at the moment.
Yeah, and like
it's hard to then be like, oh, I'm gonna go back to Monster Hunter for like 5 hours or so.
And I don't know how many side quests. Like you might do the Alma side quest and like, oh, you've only done 12. Well, I've done 27 or whatever. It's like, oh, I might as well do more side quests. I think that's where I got one of the other trophies from. I think it might be with fishing or something. With the fishing Karina, whatever she's called. I think I got a trophy for doing that. It's like, oh, I'm so close to it. Let's continue on, sort of thing. that. And the other thing I played it was due to PlayStation Plus Premium, because Take Two of Lost Records was out today. So that's why I hanged on to playing Tape 1, because I didn't want to play Tape 1 and then wait like 2 weeks for Tape 2 to come out. I just thought I'd play them really close together, play it as like one game sort of thing. And that's Lost Records Bloom Rage, which I have started. And according to the PlayStation, I'm 60% through Tape 1, 30% through the whole game. Played for 3 hours. I just feel I played more than 3 hours of the game sort of thing. I'm more positive than Buer or Buer's missus. It's better than Life is Strange Double Exposure, but that's not really hard because that was pretty bad, sort of thing. And you're playing this girl character called Swan. You make some friends and stuff. That's set in 1995. That's third person, the classic Life is Strange sort of thing. You do have a camcorder and you're like filming stuff, which just weirdly feel a bit like an evolution of like a Life is Strange, where obviously Max had the a camera, and then obviously Double Exposure had that, but the Stone Nods, and you've gone for a camcorder now. That's set in 1995, and then it jumps to present day, roughly present day, which is in first person at the moment. I don't know if that's going to change. And you're hanging out in like a bar, waiting to meet the other girls who you haven't seen for like 20 odd years, wherever it is. I've only met one of the other girls in the present day at the moment, sort of thing. And something happened in the past, but you don't know what happened in the past yet, sort of thing. Think it is there that I think it's called Yellow Jackets, that TV show that's got like similar premise, but I've never actually watched it, and sort of thing. It feels a bit Stranger Things as well. Yeah, like so far it's it's fine. It's like Life is Strange. If you like those games, you're mostly gonna like this. If you don't like those type of games, you're most probably not gonna like this. And like I said, it is on Plus for like Craig. It might be worth giving a go now that the whole thing is out. But Take Two could be awful. I don't know. I haven't actually seen any reviews or anything for Take Two of yet. And then obviously it's a complete thing. But that's everything for me.
Nice. Pretty quick one for me. I haven't bought anything. Just kind of waiting for the Switch 2 and all the pre-orders and stuff to go up. Obviously we'll do what we're getting day one thing closer to the time. So I know we've
all of it.
The lists are changing for some of us, and Pengi's is getting quite expensive, I think. The way it's looking at the minute.
Nah.
But as for me, I have played more Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch. I'm now on 125 plus hours. I'm trying to get to rank 9999. I'm on 6752. So I play about an hour a night. Game's great. Looking forward to a new game, but it's still a great game. Still playing my Pokemon Shield playthrough. I've done 7 of the gym leaders, what they're called, in that one. So I've almost done the main game, and I can get on with the DLC. On the Steam Deck, I have really jumped back into Halo Infinite, Craigo. It just looks and runs really good on the Steam Deck, and it's kind of fun to play the sillier modes, like just lying in bed. So they've obviously got the Fiesta Team Slayer, where you get like random weapons every life and stuff, and it's just a pretty fun game. Obviously, it's free to play. You haven't got to pay for online or anything, right? And it's carried all my stuff over from my Xbox account, so I have all my achievements and I have all my unlocks and everything. So I've just been playing some Halo. I've probably played like 3 or 4 hours of Halo this week, just playing it in bed, and then just Hogwarts Legacy, which I played again today. It's really good. I think I'm on 22 hours, so I'm not massively far from the end, I don't think, but I am enjoying it.
Then you got to replay it with the 3 other houses. I don't know.
If you're going for a platinum, I think there's like about 5 hours in. There's like a trophy you need to get. You need to get to a certain point with each of the houses, I think. There's like one set of like missions that are different, but I'm obviously not going to do that because I'm not fussed about Steam achievements. But Yeah, really enjoyable game. Like I said, if you've got a PlayStation, it's on Plus. It is very much worth playing. I think there's a reason why it sold so well, Craigo.
Yeah, I mean it's much better than I think a lot of people thought it was going to be, wasn't it?
Yeah, and obviously we're getting a new enhanced version on the Switch too, which I did love because they sort of did it like it wasn't already on the Switch, but it is in fact on the Switch. So God only knows. I have a friend, and she's only played it on Switch. And I always ask her, like, how does it look and run? And she doesn't really know what I'm asking. So that probably tells you the level of which that game probably did sell well on Switch. I think it did sell really well on Switch. I think it's like It Takes Two, where every time you see the number, you're like, oh, really? But yeah, fun times. Well, that's the show. Thank you for watching. We will be back over Easter to do a little Super Mario Kart World direct chat. So hopefully there'll be some cool stuff in that. But thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.